It's gonna be a double standard, and don't be mad at me. So when I see a black woman with a white man, yeah, a black woman with a white man or any ethnicity that's non-black, I don't really take it offensive. We've had interracial relationships in my family, mostly like black women with white men, like my great grandmother and one of my cousins, and they were so cool. They treated us great. I didn't really see race when it came to them. I don't necessarily like black men with non-black women. You're black, your mama black, your grandma black, everybody is black, okay?
All right, so black men swirling versus black women swirling. I agree with the woman in the video, but when I was reading the comments, it's a bunch of men in there saying she makes no sense, she's a hypocrite, it's a double standard. First of all, she prefaced her statement saying that she knows it's a double standard. So once again, why do we get up in arms, grabbing our torches and sharpening our pitchforks when someone has a different opinion? In the words of Dance Mom Holly, you're entitled to your wrong opinion. So if you think my opinion is wrong, then you're entitled to that. I mean, you're entitled to think it's wrong, and I'm entitled to it being wrong. But it's my opinion, and they're like poops. Everybody has one, okay? So it's a little 30-second clip, and I'm sure there's a full video somewhere, and I'm not sure if the whole interview was about this. But since I agree, and I want to explain why some women see it this way. Now, I am subscribed to Chrissy on YouTube, and she's great. She's one of the people who inspired me to start podcasting. So, being as though this is a topic she also discusses, know that I did learn a lot from her. And she just opened my mind to a lot of different things I knew, but she just kind of like brings it to light and makes you realize how different things affect different things within the black community and the relationship between black men and black women. So yes, let's start from the beginning. Black men versus black women. Growing up, in most of our households, the black women play the most essential main role. And they're the most active in the children and family's life. If not, they're playing the only role in every role because our men are very inactive if they are around at all. If they're not in jail or if they didn't just abandon us, then even still, they're usually inactive. Any presence is better than none. So, okay, if you're around a little bit, if you live in a house, I guess that's great. But additionally, black men have proven that they are poor leaders. They have not led our community out of mass poverty, mass financial illiteracy, mass poor education, etc., etc. They have not just developed the black community to anything greater. And that kind of, I don't want to make excuses for them in this video at all. But that I just have to say, it's worth mentioning that one of the reasons for that is that we don't have a sense of community. So we never have a sense of giving back to our high schools, our neighborhood, et cetera, et cetera. But because of that, they also just abandon their families. It's a mess. Since they haven't obviously helped the black community too much, they aren't really helping to better their households either. Usually, they hold us back and bring us down if they are around. Okay, I call that B-U-M, bums. They bums. On the other hand, they grow up when they're children, seeing black women hold down the fort, fight and protect for black men and boys, coddle and love them and have allegiance to them no matter what, to black men and boys. And they build them up, sacrifice everything for them. And those are the actions that have created the great black men, the few great black men that we do see today. Those are products of what the black woman put in to her black son. Even in relationships, even if the man was around, the black son grew up seeing her black mother put her queendom under the ground to help her man learn and see his worth. Usually we let go of our dreams, hopes, aspirations, and because we have to put all of our energy into building up a black man's dreams. Just for my nut-ass son to grow up and leave our family for someone who doesn't even look like me? Are you kidding me? Men play the role of leaving his father and his mother, his family, and putting his wife and new family first before his family that he grew up in. And that's what you're supposed to do. So great. That's men's role, black, white, whatever. But what you're not going to do is go and give those benefits to someone who don't even look like me when I'm the only one, and black women are the only one who have put this type of work in. Because at least if you go to another black woman, I know she had my struggle. So you leave us in our community, and after we sacrificed everything to build you up, put you in the position you in. Yeah, no, not going to work for me. I built you up to support our community, not for you to be going over there. So you ain't fitting to be built up and then go leave us to go help somebody else's community or their women over in that other community. No, that's some BS. Now, obviously, every case is different. This doesn't apply to every single black man, every successful black man, every swirled relationship, okay, this doesn't apply to every black woman. I know there are exceptions to the rule, but exceptions don't make the rule. So also, black men feel like they quote unquote won and got a better prize when they're with any and every other race than black. That is a come up for them. So it's just even more of a slap in the face. Because, you feel like you got better now? Because the women who put you in that position and sacrificed and built you to be able to do what you do and be in this position to be better and get a woman, and you chose a non-black woman? No. I did all that so you could help another black girl, not nobody else's community. So, yeah, nobody else should be getting those benefits, in my opinion. Child, I would slap my son to Jupiter. And I know some people going to be like, she bitter, she mad. No, I don't give a damn, okay? I'm really, really, really not. I'm just stating facts, stating my opinion. And this is one of the few reasons I'm glad I made the decision not to have kids. Because if my son did some stuff like this, first of all, I would raise my son to love dark skin. Like, the darker, the better. I would raise him to think that. And I just know for a fact that my son wouldn't. But we'll never see the day because I'm not even having kids. Anyways, when I see black women with white men or other, white or other, I'm like, good for you, sis. First of all, black men don't even value us. They view us as their bottom picks that unfortunately are always available when we shouldn't be, but that's another conversation. So yeah, girl, go swirl with somebody else. Somebody who's honored to have you, values you, thinks you're the greatest thing that he can get. He's lucky to have you. And get someone who can lead you and your family to greatness. Other races of men have shown and proved that they can elevate their families and beyond their families, their communities. So, yeah, good for you, sis. And I'm not going to go on and on. That's my perspective. I have no allegiance to black men. You won't find that over here. And in my opinion, it's a requirement. Allegiance to black men is a requirement to be in a relationship with them, a serious relationship with them. So I would never be in a serious relationship with them. Now, based on this, it can sound like I'm saying, all black men could just leave us for somebody else and all black women shouldn't date black men. No, I think black love is beautiful. I'm just not built for it. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy for it. But if you do, I think that that's great. I think that you're a stronger woman than me. Good job. And I hope it's successful, and I wish you the greatest. And I hope he doesn't get more on and then leave you for a white girl. What Kanye West say? You do all that for that man, then he get on and he ask for a white girl? We ain't having that over here. So I just don't even date black men. And there's also a little history of families encouraging black men to get with women who aren't black or who aren't dark skinned so you could bring me home a quote unquote pretty grandbaby. So that's worth mentioning, but it's definitely not my main point. I'm not going to blame anything on us women for how disrespectful black men are to us, our children, and our community. So it's worth the mention, but it's definitely not an excuse, nor is it the primary reason. And no matter what race, nationality, or ethnicity is listening, I really want to know, what do you and your family think of this topic? If you're listening on YouTube, let me know in the comments. What do they think about you dating outside of your race or your nationality or ethnicity? I know some people in some cultures have a big deal about keeping their bloodlines pure, and I support that. I like that idea, and I would do that myself, but black people don't even have a pure bloodline. Our bloodline is no such thing as a pure black bloodline. First of all, our label is black because our ancestors were American slaves and they all got raped, all mixed up. We don't know what our country of origin is. And even if we do find out, we can't strongly relate to that. Their customs aren't implemented into our way of life. We can't go to those countries and be like, oh, great, I'm home, and visit a family member or see where we grew up or see where our grandparents grew up or anything like that. I mean, we can go and say I'm home, but are you really going to feel like home? Not really. It's not the same as if somebody truly does have connections and ties to their country of origin. But leave a like if you agree. Leave a dislike if you disagree. Let me know why. This podcast is available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and really anywhere a podcast can be streamed. And it's Honey Kay. My Instagram is Honey Kay on YT. So thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a great day. How did you like my fourth, or is it my fifth? Yes. How did you like my fifth podcast?